Dragon Ball DAIMA is here. Yo, what up guys, it's your boy SonTJ. I'm here to review this because I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first heard about the concept of Dragon Ball DAIMA, for like a lot of fans, I wasn't too excited. But with the recent passing of Akira Toriyama and this being one of, if his last or second to last working of the series, I was like, you know what, let me come in here with an open mind and just be a lot more graceful and let's just see how it goes. And what can I say for the first episode? It looks fantastic. Before I get into it though, if you're into Sparking Zero and just like gaming in general, make sure to check out my second channel called SonTJ TV. I'll be doing Sparking Zero gameplays and a lot more stuff there, so check that out. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure that like button, subscribe, and share. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. We're just trying to keep growing, man, so anything helps. But there's a lot of lore drops in this this episode, and I think, well, it's already pretty much been confirmed by different people, but this episode shows a little bit of Easter eggs with Dragon Ball Super, and just kind of showing that this takes place before Dragon Ball Super, but after the Buu saga, but before End of Z, because Dragon Ball right now is very in love with being in that little time skip before the End of Z where you fight Oob. These Easter eggs so happen to be like Dragon Ball Super Bardock, where he has his DBS design in the opening, where we saw like how Goku came to Earth. We talk about Universe 7, which is a thing that we learned in Dragon Ball Super. And they also don't reveal how the Batara fusion has an hour time limit if you're not like a god. If you're a mortal, it does, but they kind of explain with Kibito Kai that they defuse by doing the Majin Buu route, where you can either get defused by that or you wait at the hour time limit if you're not a god. So this is Easter eggs there, so just kind of letting you know that it's still canon to like what is the quote-unquote canon with Dragon Ball Super, the manga and anime and all that stuff that gets kind of convoluted. But some world building that we learned, that if you have pointy ears in the Dragon Ball verse, that you are from the demon realm. And the Namekians, I remember Akira Toriyama said this, that the Namekians come from a different universe, well, not different universe, but come from like a different realm, even though they're still in that universe. It's kind of confusing, but yeah, so that's where the Namekians come from. They come from the demon realm because of their pointy ears. And we get more confirmation that Dabura's death, or Dabura, either way you want to pronounce it, it was a really big hit to the demon realm. And we learn that there's a guy, again, I can't remember all these people's names yet. This is still very early, so forgive me. But we have a new guy who's kind of like a demon Pilaf, pretty much. Like he's like the next one up after Dabura's death. And we learn that Shin, which is the Supreme Kai, our Supreme Kai, he has an older brother and a sister. And the older brother works with the new Demon King. And the sister was hand in hand with Dabura, and Dabura was like funding all her research. And they pretty much just see like the highlights of the Buu saga and just overall Dragon Ball. We see that Goku stayed to be the strongest. They really want to take that title away from Ultimate Gohan so fast, but yeah, apparently Goku surpassed Ultimate Gohan by after the Buu saga pretty quickly. So even adding more confirmation that Goku was the strongest at the beginning of Battle of Gods, which is Super Saiyan 3. So pretty impressive. Well, we see reanimated stuff of like the early stuff in Dragon Ball. We even see some screenshots of the cast when he was older, by the 23rd Budokai Tenkaichi, and a lot of just like highlights of Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks versus Super Buu. Ultimate Gohan versus Super Buu. Then we see the Spirit Bomb, Super Saiyan 2 Goku versus Majin Vegeta's sacrifice. Them just pretty much reacting to the different twists and turns of the Buu saga, thinking that Majin Buu's defeated. He's not defeated. And overall, like this setup kind of reminds me a lot of Dragon Ball GT, and it's pretty much Akira Toriyama's like take on Dragon Ball GT, because once the new Demon King's like, well, we can't take him on because the fact that Majin Buu was able to like take out Dabura so easily, I'm not as strong as Dabura, then like these guys are able to beat Majin Buu, who's like the most powerful character in the verse before we get like Beerus and everyone else. They're like, well, what is our best decision? And it's to make them younger, so like it can nerf them. And we see one more character who's like has blue skin and spiky hair, and I've seen him in different trailers, so I think he's going to be trying to work and try to help out Goku and them after they get turned to kids. But with Shin's older brother and sister, like they're both having a little fights here and there, but you can tell that the the kid that was hiding in the shadows, he traveled to Universe 7, and Shin's older sister traveled to Universe 7 before even Shin's older brother in the new Demon King does. And we have a lot of like gags and jokes right now. And one thing I gotta say though, that is, again, we all know this Dragon Ball is mad inconsistencies, but it is kind of frustrating seeing Dende still look like a kid, because we know in the Buu Saga he has more of an adult look. Like, they keep flipping how Dende looks after the Buu Saga. He either looks like a kid sometimes or he looks like a grown man. It's very weird. And Dende's very lack of like any type of agency. He just sits there and watch them just summon Shenron. And I almost forgot to mention that they have their own Namekian, which in the Crunchyroll subs they keep saying Nameks. It's supposed to be Namekians. It's Planet Namek, but they're called Namekians. But this is one older Namekian who's responsible for the Dragon Balls in the Demon Realm, and they're like giant Dragon Balls, not as big as the Super Dragon Balls, but bigger than the Purunga / like Dragon Balls on Namek in Universe 7. And they're protected by special warriors that I think they're going to be a big play later on. If they seem super strong to them, they're probably going to be around the level of like Goku, Vegeta whenever they do their thing. Or I guess Goku's probably going to be traveling alone with Shin. But yeah, so this new Namekian who's really old and musty, he don't take showers, he's on some prime time, some streamers where they don't shower at all. But it has the ability to awaken the Dragon Balls even if they became stone, and that's how this wish is even granted. And even before then, we're celebrating the birthday of Trunks, who just turned 9, and we see that Goku and Vegeta are training per usual, and Goku even cracks some jokes after, you know, learning how Kabuto Kai defuse and everything by using the Majin Buu method. That, you know, Saiyans grow pretty rapidly after they turn 15. And he says that Vegeta didn't get that much taller, even though they keep making Vegeta taller every series while Krillin gets shorter every series. But yeah, it is also funny too, thinking about it post Dragon Ball Super, that Vegeta's like, yes, I finally won. And you can see in their match with Goku and Vegeta, it looks like Goku got the better of Vegeta. Of course, the fight isn't over, but for him to say he finally won, it seems like every like sparring match they've had has been draw or Goku wins, like especially in the Universe 6 where they trained for 3 years. So that's actually pretty funny. And also Gohan gets confirmed that he's not around because he's studying it, but most likely he got turned to a kid too. But when you get the new Demon King and he makes the wish to turn everyone who fought Majin Buu and is with their friends as kids, he also says that Shenron even asks, okay, what about the people that's already kids? We'll make them babies. So that's the reason why Goten and Trunks are babies and Goku and Vegeta are like toddlers. And that's how we kind of end the episode, with another screenshot of the new guy's gonna be helping them out throughout this journey. Now I have to say, animation, all that stuff is fantastic. This episode looked beautiful. The comedy was pretty okay. Of course, it's different styles of comedy there, and I think the world building is pretty cool. Like getting confirmation if you have, I think not everyone pointy ears. Like there's probably going to be some exceptions to the rule that they're not all from the Demon Realm. I like how they're showing different stuff, reanimating different stuff from the Buu Saga. Would have liked seeing more Vegeta, but we get like a quick screenshot, which is pretty much redrawn straight from the manga. Like that's literally Akira Toriyama's art style from the manga during that time. I'm still very excited. Of course, we're gonna have to see where they go with it, and it does make sense that this takes place before Battle of Gods, because even in the Dragon Ball DAIMA like trailer, we saw Kid Goku use Super Saiyan 2, which I guess we're gonna get another Kid Goku using Super Saiyan 3. I just wonder if we're gonna go the GT route of saying that it's nerfing him and his body can't handle it, even though we have Gotenks, who's a kid who can also use Super Saiyan 3 pretty well. But I think this is a great start to the series. I honestly hope that this art style and overall quality of animation continues on. Of course, I'm going to continue watching DAIMA, but I would really love to see this style return when Dragon Ball Super returns with the moral arc and things like that. But I would definitely say this episode's a strong 8 out of 10 for me. I can't really say it's a 10 out of 10 just because, you know, we don't really know where it's going. It might raise later on in the future, but let me know in the comment section down below, what is your biggest highlight of this episode? I think the biggest highlight for me is just seeing that Shin has an older brother, older sister, and all those things, and just seeing like how they reanimate a lot of these fights from the Boo Saga and just like the greatest hits of those arcs. Let me know like what y'all expect is going to happen later on in the series. Again, we all know everyone's going to be okay and everything's going to be all fine because this is right before Battle of Gods. But I think overall this art style is amazing. It is funny though that Goku's like design has kind of changed a bit, where he doesn't have like certain stuff, but he's going to get that stuff back by the time of Battle of Gods. But very excited, can't wait to see where the series goes and how the World of Women is going to continue. Do y'all feel like they should have talked about the time limit thing, but it would have kind of messed with the story because they learned about that in the Future Trunks Saga arc? So anyway, that's how I feel. Yet again, if you're into Sparking Zero and you like those type of gameplays, make sure to check out SonTJ TV, where I'll be playing those games and playing the story. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. SonTJ, peace. Love you all.